Is my life pretty solid? Yeah. Before we go tomorrow. When we're here, see next. My man, who's sit down right there? Got the chair for you. Bradford, come over here.
Can I get?
Yeah, right here. Thanks, public.
Oh,
Thanks. Careful, everything's recorded.
what is your full name, please?
Maricela Isabel Nido.
All right, Ms. Nito, it looks like you're charged with one count of assault. I'm an inner plea of not guilty. I will release you on this case. Don't have contact with the victim. Your next court date is going to be in Justice Court, June 16th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. And I'll let the Justice Court know that you're currently in custody on another matter. Thank you. You're excused.
So they're releasing me?
On this,
We still have other charges holding here. So be released, but you still have additional charges. All right, well, please sit right there for me. I'll take your card, please. Thank you.
is there a public defender there?
Let me go find him, Your Honor.
Is there a county attorney?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Just watch him. That's why the policy does it. I'll just better for it. You're good. Thank you. Your Honor, he's coming right now.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, Judge.
What is your full name, sir, at the jail?
Francisco Javier Carvajal Jr.
I'll waive reading of the complaint. I'll enter plea of not guilty. Let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation. Mr. Raptis? If you could unmute.
Thank you, Judge. The state's recommending a bond of $25,000 considering the nature of the offense. We will note that Mr. Carvajal is on release for a separate serious offense involving stalking, harassment, and kidnapping that occurred just May 17th of this year.
Defense counsel?
Your Honor, since Mr. Carvajal is already being held on a $50,000 bond on that other matter, we would ask the court to consider imposing a $5,000 bond at this point. Thank you.
I'll set the bond at $25,000. Stan Fitzgerald is the appointed counsel. Preliminary hearing is set June 16th at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you.
Judge, may I be briefly excused, please, till you handle this to me? Thank you.
What is your full name, sir? Jail, if you could unmute.
Augustine Ackerman.
You're charged with domestic violence assault, 1 count of domestic violence criminal damage, and 3 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. I am going to appoint an attorney. Her name is Amanda Bynum to your case. Sir, you looks like you have a pending domestic violence case involving the same victim. Your bond is set at $2,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with Cassandra. Don't call her, text her, social media her. If you were to get out of custody, you cannot go to where she lives. Do not commit any further acts of domestic violence and possession of firearms and weapons. Your next court date is going to be Marana City Court, June 9th, 2025 at 12:00 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. You are you're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, sir. About that door, sit downstairs with the mail. Ramirez, Francisco.
And Your Honor, this is the Spanish interpreter. The list doesn't indicate any Spanish speakers, but I don't know if that's been verified.
Sir, at the jail, what is your full name, please?
Francisco Javier Ramirez.
It looks like you had a warrant for your arrest at a justice court for a domestic violence disorderly conduct case that's been pending since April 3rd of 2022. Sir, this case is never going to go away until you appear in court, and to resolve it, I'm going to quash the warrant, release you. Your next court date in justice court is June 16th at 10:30 a.m. You also had warrant for your arrest out of city court on 2 cases involving drug paraphernalia, 1 case involving criminal trespass. I'm going to quash the warrant. I'm going to release you, sir. You must appear in city court July 9th at 2:00 p.m. If you don't appear, warrants will issue for your arrest. You are excused. Thank you.
Get out, go out the door, downstairs with the bills. Your Honor, I don't see any Spanish speakers on my list either.
Interpreter's excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good night.
What is your full name, sir?
Jared Blanchett.
You had a warrant for your arrest at a justice court for 1 count of domestic violence disorderly conduct. It's been pending since April 8th of 2020. I'm going to quash the warrant. Going to release you July 7th at 2025 at 3:00 p.m. is your next court date. If you don't appear, another warrant's going to issue for your arrest. You also had several cases in warrant status out of city court. It looks like a failure to comply with a court order and a drug paraphernalia charge are new charges. Criminal trespass is a new charge. Interfering with judicial proceedings is a new charge. Another count of interfering with judicial proceedings, new charge. And then you had 2 separate cases for drug paraphernalia possession. And then you had 4 cases where warrants had issued for your arrest for failing to comply with a court order. And then you had a petition to revoke your probation on those failure to comply with the court orders. It states that you were placed on probation back on January 31st, 2025 for 2 counts of drug paraphernalia criminal trespass charges for 12 months. You failed to complete probation successfully by failing to complete your intake with corrective solutions, failing to complete your substance use evaluation and treatment, failing to complete your domestic violence classes. I'm going to enter denial of the allegations, appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. Your next hearing date is I'm going to set a bond on your case. It is going to be $1,000 for your cases. Your attorney, the city public defender's office, will be in touch with you soon. All right. Thank you. You're excused.
Sir. Out the door, downstairs, sit with the mails. Broward. So let's sit right here.
What is your full name, please?
Sade Marquette Broward.
All right. Let's charges of domestic violence assault, 2 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I will release you. Don't commit any further acts of domestic violence. Your next court date is going to be in city court on July 8th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. Make sure you appear. If not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
The females down there. Out the door, take downstairs. Felix, do the rest.
What is your full name, please?
Andres Edward Felix.
You're charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I will release you, but you're not allowed to go back to where Amber lives. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you have belongings in the home where she lives?
My clothes.
All right, I'll allow you to return one time with a police escort to get your personal belongings. Do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. Your next court date is going to be in city court, June 11th at 1:30 p.m. Make sure you appear. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Actually, I'm
Great.
sorry, it's not. Let's see, I'm sorry, it's not June 11th. It's a little too soon. July 8th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. is your next court date in city court. You
Right.
are excused. Thank you.
So go out the door, sit downstairs with the males. We'll give you paperwork with the court date. There you go. Sit right here.
What is your full name, sir?
Henry Garza Gallego Jr.
Looks like you had a warrant for your arrest for a drug paraphernalia charge out of city court. The case has been pending since March 20th of 2024. I see you're in custody on another matter. For this drug paraphernalia case, I'm going to release you, appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. Set your next hearing date, August 8th at 9 a.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you. You're excused.
All right, go out this door, sit downstairs with the males. Jamie Fernandez.
What is your full name, please?
Jaime Manuel Hernandez.
You're charged with domestic violence, criminal damage. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. I will release you. Do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. Your next court date is going to be in city court on July 8th at 1:30 p.m. Make sure you appear. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes.
You're excused. Thank you.
Downstairs with the males. Fernandez Lucille. Go ahead, fire. So right here.
What is your full name, please?
Lucio Garcia Hernandez.
Mr. Hernandez, you had one case involving a drug paraphernalia. It was a warrant for your arrest. You had one case involving domestic violence, disorderly conduct, criminal damage. You have another case for 2 counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. The drug paraphernalia cases from December 24th of 2019. One of the domestic violence cases is from January 7th of 2021. The other case involving 2 counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct from March 29th of 2021. Looks like every time you're released, you don't bother to show up for court. Your bond is set at $500. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is going to be in city court on June 13th, 2025 at 1:45 p.m. Make sure you appear. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. I'm sorry, you'll be in custody if you're still in custody. If you're out of custody, your hearing date will be July 17th at 9:30 a.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you.
Sir, out that door.
Sorry.
One. You want back in the room? All right. Going back in the room? All right. Go around this way. Take the chair. Happy. Come up. Once you snake around, sit right here. By my side. Yeah, oh, you're actually up. So either I'm sorry. Take a seat right here. To the left.
What is your full name, sir?
Sheikh Noor Mohammed Agi.
You had a felony warrant for your arrest for charges involving two separate counts of discharging a firearm at a non-residence, one count of discharging a firearm within the city limits, and one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. The alleged incident date was from April 18th, 2025. I'm going to quash the warrant, enter pleas of not guilty, let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. You do have an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearings. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation. Mr. Raptis.
You're muted, Peter.
Pardon. Your Honor, the state is recommending a bond amount of $100,000 considering the nature of the offense. The charges before the defendant are include discharging a firearm at a non-residence, and as a part of that, discharging a firearm in the city limits, as well as an aggravated assault charge. So we believe that the allegations in this case are serious enough to warrant a $100,000 bond.
Defense counsel.
Thank you, Judge. I don't think we have any more information than what actually happened. We understand what the charges in the face of the warrant are. But Your Honor, because I don't have much information, it looks like Mr. Abdi has absolutely no felony history and he's a full-time student, the 16-year Tucson resident. We asked for release to pretrial, but if you're not inclined, we ask that the bond be close to $2,000. Thank you.
I'll set the bond at $200,000. No contact with the alleged victims or go back to the incident location. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Possess no firearms or weapons. June 16th at 1:30 p.m. is a preliminary hearing. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you. You're excused.
And Judge, you said that's 200,000?
No, 100,000.
Oh, my bad.
What is your full name, sir?
Tyler James Castro DuPont.
You're charged with one count of a Class 6 felony theft, Class 6 felony shoplifting charge. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. You do have an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearings. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office. Mr. Raptis.
Judge, the state's recommending a $3,000 bond. We will note that the allegations in this case are that Mr. DuPont grabbed some tools from Lowe's and pushed them out, making no attempt to pay, resulting in a total loss of $1,900 to Lowe's.
Defense counsel.
Your Honor, it looks like Mr. Castro DuPont does not have any felony convictions. He has one felony conviction from 2013, excuse me. But Your Honor, it looks like he completed probation successfully and earned a misdemeanor. Given the age of the prior conviction, Judge, we ask the court to consider releasing Mr. Castro DuPont to pretrial services supervision. Thank you.
Court's going to set a $2,000 bond. Don't go back to the incident locations. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your next hearing date's a preliminary hearing, June 16th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. Thank you. Your attorney will be in touch with you.
Judge, does he have something in city court?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, he does. He has a drug paraphernalia charge from today's date. I will enter a plea of not guilty, release him on the misdemeanor case. Next court date in city court is August 8th at 9 a.m. I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent him on his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cases. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
A. Sierra Davis.
You are charged with 1 count of manslaughter, 1 count of aggravated assault involving serious physical injury, aggravated assault involving a deadly weapon, dangerous instrument, 1 count of criminal damage, a misdemeanor DUI charge, and a misdemeanor DUI with a BAC above the legal limit of a .08. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty, quash the warrant. The alleged incident date was from May 27th of 2023. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Deputy County Attorney?
Your Honor, the state's requesting a bond amount of $100,000. We're noting the allegations in this case are that Miss Davis drove with multiple drinks on, in her system. She was quoted as saying, well, she had about 3 Long Island iced teas. The crash reconstruction suggests that she was driving in excess of the speed limit between 41 and 73 miles per hour. Where she went through the intersection, she collided with a car, killing Mr. Orbach, and severely injuring his wife, Christina Moreno, who, Mr. Orbach succumbed to his injuries from fractured vertebrae, ribs, hip, and organ damage. Miss Moreno has multiple rib fractures and displaced ribs and a partially deflated lung that she's probably going to have ongoing issues with. So the state's recommending a $100,000 bond amount. Thank you.
Defense counsel.
Your Honor, Ms. Davis doesn't seem to have any felony or misdemeanor criminal history. We understand these are serious charges. Your Honor, it appears that the notice to appear at the arraignment was sent to an old address. She mentioned that to pretrial services. Ms. Davis seems to be employed full time, so we are actually asking for release to pretrial services. But if you are inclined to set a bond, we just ask that the bond be close to $10,000. Thank you.
Ms. Davis, your bond is set at $100,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim's family. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your arraignment date is set for June 12th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
Victor Alfonso Garcia.
You have been arrested and accused of the crime of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug and a misdemeanor shoplifting charge. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, this felony drug accusation in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date?
Of course.
All right, County Attorney, you also, Mr. Garcia, County Attorney, what is your bond recommendation?
Judge, the state's recommending a $1,500 bond. We will note that this is, the charges are simply drug possession and a shoplifting offense. He's accused of shoplifting a stick of deodorant. He was very recently released to pretrial services on May 6th, and so approximately a month later, we're back here on a separate case. So we just want that to be noted by the court. Thank you.
I'm sorry, you're recommending a $1,500 bond?
Yes, Judge.
All right, defense counsel.
Judge, we're actually asking for the court to consider releasing Mr. Garcia again. Looks like he went to the STEPS program's initial court date and has a STEPS review hearing on the old case on July the 23rd. Seems like a situation where Mr. Garcia relapsed. So he assures me that he will, and the state's offering STEPS on the second case as well. So for those reasons, Judge, we're asking you to consider releasing him. He will get the help he needs and go back to the second court date and take care of both these matters. Thank you.
Mr. Garcia, your bond is set at $1,000 plus release of pretrial services. If you're able to post that bond, you must comply with any monitoring treatment they recommend. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set June 16th at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you.
And I'm sorry, Judge, the STEPS hearing was
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't think I listed that. Let me see. STEPS hearing is set for June 12th at 9 a.m. Thank you.
I'm sorry, did we set a city court date on Mr. Garcia?
I'm not aware of any city case.
Oh, other way.
Oh.
What is your full name, please?
Frank Anthony Hernandez Molina.
You are charged with theft of means of transportation, burglary in third degree, unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, unlawful possession of a narcotic drug, and being a prohibited possessor. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. The prosecutor's office is asking that you be held without bond pursuant to the Arizona Constitution, which states that if you have a pending felony case and you're arrested on new charges, you're not entitled to bond. Defense counsel?
Your Honor, we respectfully ask for a no bond hearing. Thank you.
Hernandez Molina, I'm going to hold you without bond. Your first hearing is called a no bond hearing. It is set for June 10th, 2025 at 2:30 p.m. Your preliminary hearing is set June 16th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. The Legal Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. You are not allowed to have any contact with the victims involved in this case. You cannot go to where they live, possess no firearms or weapons. Your attorney will be in touch with you soon. Thank you.
No, it's okay.
What is your full name, please?
Debbie Joan Hoffman.
You are charged with one count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Raptis.
Judge, the state's recommending a $2,500 bond. We will note that I believe Ms. Hoffman, if I may just have 1 minute, Judge. So we acknowledge that Ms. Hoffman has no felony convictions at this time. However, the unlawful flight in this case resulted in an extended pursuit from the police, not extended pursuit, but a very involved pursuit by the police. They had to end up using their own patrol cars to block Miss Hoffman in, to stop her from driving away. They actually had to break the window to make entry to the car. So Judge, we believe a $2,500 bond is appropriate. Thank you.
Defense counsel, is she serving a jail time right now?
Your Honor, I still show the warrant from Oro Valley, but is there a jail sentence according to this? Okay, how many days?
It's supposed to begin today, it says 45 days.
How many days did you get? 45 days? That's accurate, Your Honor.
All right, defense counsel.
Judge, given that this is a class 5 felony and she's already being held, we just ask that the court consider setting a $500 bond for time credit purposes. And that's it, Judge. I don't know if she has anything else from Justice Court, but that would be the request. Thank you.
Ms. Hoffman, your bond is set at $1,000. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Do not drive without a valid license. No alcohol or illegal drugs if you were to get out of custody. Preliminary hearing is June 16th at 1:30 p.m. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. You also had a warrant for your arrest for driving on suspended license out of Pima County Justice Court. I'm going to quash the warrant, release you. Your next court date in Justice Court is June 16th at 8:30 a.m. And I'll let them know that you're currently in custody on the felony matter and the Oro Valley matter. You are excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
What is your full name, please?
Your Honor, my name is Romani DeMay Jones.
You are, looks like a wanted in the state of New Mexico for
That's correct.
failing to appear in that court. I am going to enter a plea of not guilty, quash that warrant.
Can I just add that
Hold on a
I
second.
was.
Speak to your attorney, please.
Oh yeah, no
You have
problem.
an attorney seated next to you.
So
The
Yeah.
extension we can take.
yeah, no problem. Sorry about that.
County attorney, what is your bond recommendation?
Your Honor, the state's recommending a bond amount of $25,000. We will note that, clearly Mr. Jones does not have any, any community ties. He's a known fugitive, and he's on warrant status for a battery on a household member, and so there's also a concern for victim-related concerns. So the state believes the $25,000 bond is appropriate.
Defense counsel?
Judge, can I have a brief moment, please?
Yes.
Your Honor, so it looks like Mr. Jones, as the pretrial services report knows, he notes he did go to court via video. The judge was upset about it, and he asked him to be present in person, after which the warrant seems to have issued. There seems to have been some confusion. Mr. Jones tried his level best to get the warrant quashed, but he unfortunately couldn't do that. So, Judge, we're asking you to consider releasing him to pretrial services supervision. But if you're not inclined yet, we're asking for a much lesser bond, maybe somewhere close to $5,000. Thank you.
Jones, your bond set at $10,000 plus release of pretrial services. If you're able to post that bond, pretrial services will monitor you. Legal Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your fugitive warrant hearing is set for June 10th at 2:30 p.m. Thank you. You're excused.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
What is your full name, please?
My name is Valentino Augustino Ortega.
Um, Mr. Raptis, you agree that he's eligible for steps?
Judge, if I may just have 1 minute to confer with the pretrial services, I believe that's what I noted.
Yep, I just wanted to make sure. And then you're also asking that he be held without bond?
So, yes, Judge,
Okay,
because,
I just needed to ask you that. All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Ortega, you have been arrested and accused of the crime of unlawful possession of a dangerous drug. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date?
Yes.
And the county attorney, you're asking, what is your recommendation? In considering that he's not formally charged. Mr. Raptis?
So, yes, Judge. So, I'm sorry, you saying the recommendation for the current case?
What's your recommendation for this case? Yes, Valentino Ortega.
Yes.
If I could.
Yeah. $15,000, Judge.
Defense counsel.
Judge, given that this is a simple possession case, we would ask for somewhere close to $500. And again, the Superior Court is probably going to hold him on bond for failing to appear for that change of plea hearing. So we are asking for $500 for time credit.
Mr. Ortega, your bond set at $10,000 secured. Public defender's office is appointed to represent you. If you're able to post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services. Your first hearing is called a STEPS hearing on June 12th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Your preliminary hearing is set June 16th at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you to explain to you what is going on here. You're excused. Thank you. What is your full name, sir?
My full name is Nathaniel Joseph Richards.
You are wanted in another state on a fugitive from justice case. Looks like you're wanted out of the state of Texas. I am going to quash the warrant, enter plea of not guilty, and the state has a recommendation regarding bond. Mr. Raptis?
Yes, Judge. Let me just pull it up. The state's recommending a $50,000 bond. That was the bond amount reflected on the warrant from Texas.
Defense counsel.
Your Honor, we understand the bond has been set by the Texas judge at $50,000, but the court should consider that the last conviction Mr. Richards has is from 2010. Doesn't seem to have any other criminal convictions after that. And Judge, I understand he seems to have some family support. His mother can provide third-party custody and transport, and he is able to talk to the LD's office and report back to Texas as necessary, Judge. So we are asking for release to pretrial services, but if the court's not inclined to do that, given that this is a theft offense, we ask that you set a $10,000 bond. Thank you.
Mr. Richards, your bond set at $50,000. Legal defender's office is appointed to represent you. Your fugitive warrant hearing is set for June 10th at 2:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you. You're excused. What is your full name, please?
Margarita Alejandra Rodriguez.
You are charged with 1 count of domestic violence, aggravated assault involving a deadly weapon. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation. Mr. Raptis?
Your Honor, the state's recommending a bond amount of $100,000. The allegations in this case are very serious. They're that Ms. Rodriguez threw a hunting knife at her boyfriend. The knife made contact with her boyfriend, resulting in a laceration that's going to require stitches. The laceration is about approximately an inch in length. Notably, Judge, there are 3 active misdemeanor DV cases in Tucson City Court with involving, and some of those cases involve the same victim. The same victim being a Mr. Graham. And so we're of course requesting all these standard DV conditions of release, and that the court set a $100,000 bond. Thank you.
Defense counsel?
Your Honor, when I read the infirm, it sounds like there may or may not be a self-defense claim. It just depends on the investigation. At this stage, at the IA state judge, we just don't know whether there is any merit to that self-defense claim. Your Honor, given we understand she has some DVs in city court, pending DVs in city court, but given the self-defense claim, which is plausible, we just ask that the court consider releasing Ms. Rodriguez. But if you're not inclined, we just ask that you set the bond close to $5,000.
Ms. Rodriguez, your bond is set at $50,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with your boyfriend. Don't call him, don't text him, don't social media him. If you were to get out of custody, you cannot go to where he lives or works, possess no firearms or weapons. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set June 16th at 1:30 p.m. You also picked up new misdemeanor domestic violence charges involving the same case out of city court, a domestic violence criminal damage, domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty, set your bond at $2,000. City Public Defender's Office is appointed. Again, you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. And you also have the 2 other cases involving domestic violence involving the same victim. Your next court date for all 3 cases in city courts is set for June 11th at 1:30 p.m. And your attorney from the City Public Defender's Office will also be in contact with you. You are excused. Thank you. And all the attorneys are excused.
Judge, have a good evening. Bye, Peter.